Hey there, fellow fleet captains. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Homeworld. Episode 28, finally capturing battleships. Alright, the Vengali just got expanded missile racks built in. What about this Falcon? Let's autofit this again. It keeps giving it weird buildings. Weird, it keeps wanting, I keep having to override what it puts in because it's being dumb. I keep putting in like ion pulsars. I don't really know what else I'd want to put on for an S mod though. Maybe maneuverability? Yeah, let's do aux thrusters and build those in. Okay. More maneuverability never hurts. Fury. You are gonna get ITU built in. More capacity. These enforcers. Ooh. Interestingly, I think I'm going to build in extended shields in them. No. They're armor boats, so maybe something like armored weapon mounts or heavy armor. Because S-modded heavy armor... Oh, there's a penalty. Never mind, I don't like that. God, what else could I do? I'm looking for like big ticket build-ins because I have points. No, they're not really missile boats. I mean, they have some missiles. I guess I could understand going missile racks, but they have pretty No, let's do missile racks. That'll work. And then auto fit or assault. Okay, and then we'll do the same over here. Yeah, I could see that because they've got some missiles. Okay. The new Falcon. I don't want to use the shared reserves. It will just earn its own. So I'm not going to bother with that one. The Mule. Let's change that significantly. Let's go with built-in aux fuel. Oh, I don't have enough for shared reserves. But I want auxiliary fuel and like efficiency overrides or overhaul instead, because it's not an attack boat, so I don't need attack stuff on it. And then finally, Sun Tzu's getting cargo, and Noble's getting cargo. Okay, apparently there's enough shared reserves for you to get missile. Fine. So be it. Alright, and Stellar Manufacturer is going to get torn up. Alright. Ships look pretty good. Pretty S-modded fleet. Do I have any fuel? Nope. Alright. Darid. Shut down to refund. And it also reduces the support costs. So that it's we're making even more money. Nice. Now we're about to grow again. And as soon as we do, we can decide on the next industry. I'm thinking mining. but I'll probably pull. All right, what do we got? Major crisis. We're about to drop the Luddic Church issue, but we need to consider the Persean League is going to be a threat to us. And in order to handle a threat of that nature, one thing we might want to consider is taking on these bigger bounties and then hoping that we can recover some of their warships. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to invest, same priority. I know we haven't changed much, but what I want to start to do is to take on these big bounties in hopes of turning a big profit and taking the ships as trophies. So, go big or go home is the name of the game. I'm going to take out all the Manticores and all of the Enforcers. I'm also going to want to grab the Monitor and maybe the Wolves. We're at 29 of 30. And I'm going to be okay with 29 of 30 because if we get one of their ships, that will put me over the 30 mark. Assuming that I don't lose any. All right, have enough crew to... And yeah, my running costs are going to be quite high. But have enough crew to be able to support this fleet. And then let's make sure that all the Enforcers... Oh, all the Enforcers... I'll go over the equipment for the Enforcers. I'll just like quickly auto refit or just like stare at them to make sure that they like make sense. Yeah, no, all of them make sense so far. Auto refit you. That's fine. That's fine. You are naked, so... Mining Blaster. Oh, interesting. Mining Blasters are kind of like weird OP weapons, I guess. So I'll let Wolf Mining Blasters work for me. It's kind of silly, but I'm all for it. In fact, I'm going to make a point of having all my wolves have giant Mining Blasters as like... We're like scrappers. We're going to scrap your ships for murder. Okay, so we have one big old fleet now. I do expect to lose some ships taking on bigger bounties. It's unlikely that I'll come away unscathed, but I'm ready for it. So let's see. Who do we want to fight first? An Executor, an Atlas, a Astral, a bunch of not capital ships, but they do have a Mora and a Dominator and Griffins or Eradicators. Let's go for the... Let's go against the Auroras and Astral. So where are you? You are at Duzak. Rumored. Near a gas giant. Okay. You're like right in the core, too. Alright. Ballsy to be that angry near all the core worlds. It's right in the middle of the core. And just one of the unoccupied systems. I mean, a good place for pirates, I suppose, or deserters. So there at Duzak, we'll go to Corvus. Before I go, let's turn in that beta core at Asharu. That wasn't as bad as a monthly expense as I thought it would be. Thought it'd be worse. And the reason I'm doing this is if I'm going to survive our eventual tussle with the Persean League, I'm going to need some bigger ships. Because the Persean League, as far as Colony Crisis goes, they want me to join their league. And they're going to keep harassing me until I do. And if I want to resist their pressure, I'm going to need more forces. I'm going to need a bigger fleet, stronger fleet to deal with the League and their harassment. And I'm also honestly going to need to get lucky. There's going to be a lot of like luck involved as well. So you're near the gas giant of Deuce. Okay, got it. So if you're near the gas giant, you're right here. Oh god. I don't want to fight in the solar flare because it's just gonna like ruin my ship's combat readiness. Here we go. They do have multiple harbingers, which are kind of sketch and afflictors. It's a good fleet. They have a strong fleet. This is not an easy fight, in other words. I also don't have enough deployment points to deploy all my ships. So I gotta pick and choose. Okay. And I'm going for like swarm tactics. So what I want to do is wolf one here, and these are like the damaged wolves, and then like my main forces up the middle, where we overwhelm the astral and we just like stomp it. Well, I don't think we're going to stomp it, but you know, we'll see. Yeah, we do have degraded performance. I see that. So shall they, though, right? They should have the same atmospheric penalties as we do. Yeah, their combat readiness is down, too. But not as low as my own boat. It's fine. I'm not going to be, like, the headhunter of small ships so much this round. Oh, there goes a wolf. As much as I am going to be a support ship looking to help out where I'm needed. All right, let's pressure this astral. We have a bunch of ships here, ready to swarm it to death. It's already down. Cool. How about all those support ships right behind it? Oh, get me out of here. Another Harbinger down. Sweet. And picking up Auroras would be awesome. I almost want the Auroras more than the Astral, so I'm really hoping that I walk away from this fight with, like, an Aurora or two, ideally. If I get the Astral, that's awesome. But Astrals, as far as battleships go, I mean, they're not bad. Every battleship would be a benefit, but the Auroras can be really very helpful in a big fleet composition. Oops, little bumper cars. All right, where are we hurting? There's an Aurora over here. Actually, let's help with that, so it can't retreat. I think we're good. I think we've cleaned this up. Now, we did have like a wolf or two blow up, and I don't necessarily need to recover every last wolf from a fight. So if there's some ships like I did before, where like recovering it was really expensive, I can just let it go. So we have yet to blow up an Aurora. Oh, it just got disabled. Okay, claim victory. Ooh, got 1,000 experience. Apparently I was effective. Not as much as that Eradicator, though. That Eradicator must have really punched well above their weight. There's really no point in me pursuing They really only have an omen, so I'm going to let them go. Ship recovery. I can take an Aurora, and an Astral, and I'm going to let the Wolf go. I have exceeded the ship max of 30, so that's an issue. Also, I might want the Afflictor too, although it is, you know, with the amount of demods it has, I'm not going to bother. Recover. Pick through. We also picked up an infusion interface chip. Wow, ballistic energy weapon range way up. Holy moly. And that's good for, you know, I almost might want to install that myself. Because my tack lance would be like super long distance. All right, looks good. Also pick up an omen. That's too many demods. We'd be like fixing that thing forever. Okay, I am over my ship capacity max and also my crew max. So we are going to want to, I'm going to scuttle Nep here. So we're not over ship max. And then let's head back to core, or head to one of the core to buy some crew. But, I mean, I walked away from my first battleship, so, like, money. These bounties are good. And 2 Auroras. That's just awesome. Alright, the other big news is, Colony's about to grow. Any second now. Just found a random hammerhead for sale. Or for salvage. I guess to us they're kind of one and the same. There it is, Darid 8. So with Darid at level 8, or size, or sorry, 6, 8, 8, right? We no longer have Lud majority. So that's no longer a threat. We have more people, and therefore more income. So our income's up. We no longer grow, right? We're at like max size. So we can't hazard pay up anymore. Max colony size reached. The only way to get bigger than this, of course, would be to have sleepers, which we do not have. We do have room for one more industry. So our current industries are commerce, high command, farming, with space for one more. Now, the thinking, big picture thinking is this, and I'll just share what I have in mind. I would like at some point to move the high command from Darid over to an orbital colony that we build via construction grid at some point, so that we have 2 industries. The industries I would like to have at Darid is mining and light industry. Mining would get transphotonic ore and organics from the planet, and then light industry would process the organics into domestic and lux goods, which there is a local demand for, and I have colony items that could boost that. I think that's the right call, and therefore I'm not going to pull on it. I'm just deciding on investing in mining, and then moving my high command over somewhere else to then invest in light industry. That's the plan. So let's get mining built. Pretty straightforward. Orbital station still underway. And then there's other things that we could potentially do, too, right? There's other bonuses that we could, like ground support, unification center. So there's more development for Darid plus the orbital colonies. But that's probably the right method going forward. Taking a look at the colony threats. Persian League obviously has even more, they're even more rabid now that we're bigger. But the Lud Church are gone. We're not Lud majority because of the high command. And now that we aren't growing anymore, we won't necessarily need to retain the whole like Lud Church avoidant thing, because that's not going to be an issue. All right, let's go ahead and raffle let me refresh. Raffle up the Aurora and Astrals, or Auroras and Astral. I can't even open market enough crew to keep us crewed up. That's how many more people we have. That's fine. We're going home now. So we have those big ships to raffle up. What mods do they have? Oh, you know, the other thing I could have done is made the Astral faster, because it's slowing me down a little. How many industries can you have in the colony? 4. Not every building counts as an industry, though. So, like, a megaport is an industry, a way station is an industry. You know, and all of these things that are type structure aren't industries. Only industries are industries. Tech mining, refining, light industry, heavy industry, fuel production. So, other things are just like support or structure buildings. So don't get them confused, I think is what I'm trying to say. What was that ping? An enforcer full of organs. Okay, you can keep the organs, but I'll take your stuff. Well, here's Persian League enforcers. So what they're going to be doing is like shaking me down, basically trying to bully me. This is part of their like ongoing colony crisis threat, where they want to, and they've done this once before, but they want to like scan me for harassment reasons, really, is what it comes down to. And they're going to be continuing to do that until I'm like, yeah, I'll join you, or yeah, I'm going to fight you. And they're gonna basically force me to make that decision one way or another. That's like not a super terrible design. This is just a lot of grav beams. Let's do... So, I'm just outfitting them a little bit before raffling them off. So as far as fighters go, I really like broadswords and like longbows. So I've put in a longbow. I'm gonna just do that. Do what I like. Longbow, longbow, longbow. Broadsword, broadsword, broadsword if I have them. Oh yeah, I have 18 available. No problem. Okay. I don't have need of a ship this big right now. And it also has like a lot of demods. So I think probably the way I want to play this is to run my ship without these new ones for a while. Until my normal fleet removes all demods for the ones I typically run with. And then to slowly incorporate these new ships into the fleet one at a time to remove their demods. I think that's the way I want to go about it. So what bounties are left? That bounty I can handle with my normal fleet. So I'm going to go after this bounty next, dropping off basically everyone. Because I don't really want the Executor and Falcons. I don't like those style ships. Meaning I'm going to go after lower hanging fruit So I don't need like my big mega fleet at the moment. I do think that monitor though is going to be part of my standard fleet. I'm going to add that as like a permanent fleet. Because they're just such good frigates. All right, so let's do some raffling. The first one will be the Astral, the big ticket prize. And it is going to be the Cowley. Then we have the cruisers, the Roars. That's a glitch. And a turtle. And then last but not least, the monitor, which is the, I'm going to call it the Seb, because I think I already have the Dom somewhere. Dom, you have the ship, right? Maybe you don't. I thought you did. Maybe you don't. Okay, the Dom Seb. Cool. On you, I'll put ion cannons, because that would be more annoying. Basically, you want your monitor to be annoying. That's like their purpose. Okay. Leave behind the big ones for now. And what we want to do is we want to be in enough fights to clear the remaining D-mods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 D-mods. While, like, also turning a profit. Which means running a much more skeleton crew than we currently... Oh, no. I don't want to put them in open market. Much more skeleton crew than we currently running. Do you control the fighters? No, they just get deployed. And then depending on the captain's personality is like the aggression and range and all that stuff. You don't control them. Just send them out to do thy bidding. So we're gonna go after this one. Hiding out in a world with a giant primary star in Wonder somewhere. God, that does not narrow it down. Barren world. Oh, but it's not a supergiant. So it's not this supergiant. So it's Barak. Yeah, it doesn't really narrow it down very much. But we'll try to find them. What's the pink item? It's my bionics. And no, it cannot be stored. It also doesn't take up any room. Like one room. Oh, yes. Making a lot more money. Of course, more money, more problems. Crisis getting hiked. Once Darad comes under attack from Pathers again, I can consider going after the Path base to lower the threat. Giant, white tour. Let's go to the orange giant and then slipstream over. Hi, remnants. I forgot it was a remnant controlled zone. That was a bad slipstream. Whatever. So as it says, giant primary star, barren world. So let's drop in this gravity well and hope that we're right. Because we don't have a lot of time to search for him. Wasn't here, so it could be over in this world. Ormy. Let's go to Ormy real quick. Because I just paid a lot of fuel to come here. I'm hoping that there's a target. You know, in hindsight, I should have just restored the monitor. Wouldn't have been too expensive. Okay, crap. They're not here. What else fills the bill around here? So this constellation, giant star, which would be maybe Gamma Wonder? So at Gamma Wonder, there's a barren world adjacent to the star, and then that's it? Oh, no, there's another... No, that's barren bombarded. So yeah, right next to Gamma Wonder, like this gravity well right there, maybe is where he's hiding out. Hopefully, because I'm nearly out of time. Yes, there you are. Perfect. Get killed, dude. Get wrecked. Good, and we're not in the solar flare of the fleet. That was the other worry, because that would... Because, like, that hurts both of us, but then if I win, I end up with, like, a much higher repair cost. You really don't want to be within the corona of a star fighting, because you're, like, combat readiness and supplies goes to hell, and, yeah, it's just not a good time. Can the monitor hang out and get the sensor jammer? That'd be great. So, will remnants be manageable now? In low and medium threat zones, but not in high threat zones. The high threat zones will have... They're called Ordos and Sub-Ordos. An Ordo is like a full remnant fleet, and a Sub-Ordo is not a full remnant fleet. We could handle Sub-Ordo level threats. We would not be able to handle Ordo level threats. Basically, remnant capital ships would crush us like we don't exist. It would be a slaughter. So we still have to be careful in remnant systems for full Ordo threat. Like, I don't even if we took the Astrals and the Aurora and like every other ship we had and went up against a full Ordo fleet. The other problem is in the remnant systems, they swarm you, so you're not fighting one full Ordo, you might be fighting like one after another, or like two full Ordo fleets at once. And like, there's just not... Even with like awesome ships, that's hard to survive. And we have salvaged scrap ships, so it's kind of a snowball's chance in hell, let's say. And these enemies are like balling up into a ball of flux. They're kind of hard to crack. They're losing them on the rims, though. Anything that goes outskirts gets crushed. This is what I would consider as like fleet jousting. You know, you don't... It's not always the best idea to like just go right into the middle and get overwhelmed and swamped, because all of their ships will just target you and destroy you really quickly. So you're just looking for opportunities to skirmish and to take out the weak until they lose critical mass. And this is when, like, your fleet can't just simply overwhelm the enemy's fleet in sheer numbers and strength. You gotta play it a little smarter. Luckily, our own AI ships, like, do that pretty well. They won't overcommit and just, like, death ram the enemy fleet. Because you'll see that happen every now and then. It sucks. Nice. I caught that Eradicator with its pants down. And it's dead. Hey, Milkman! Thank you for the resub. Yeah, I don't care about the... actually, that's a Falcon. Let's keep fighting until that Falcon gets disabled. Anything that we disable or destroy here can potentially be recoverable, and if we don't destroy it, then it flees, and we'd have to pursue it for extra supplies and fuel for a chance to recover it. So, it's not that I'm gonna, like, fight every fleet until they have nothing left. It's just, if there's ships worth trying to capture, it's worth me making sure that they don't make it out alive, fleeing, or whatever. There we go. Because we got an Eradicator off of that. Just one. But it's only one demod, so it's a pretty solid pickup. Oh. And their support fleets were just floating around. Cool. Well, that pays the bills. We're closing in on a mill again. What else? This one is doable, but 5 days? No, we can't make it there in time. And then this one is 18 days. We can't make it there in time. So let's head to core and see what kind of contracts pop up, because none of the bounties right now are we can do within the time frame. I'm at a blue giant, so I should just be able to like fling myself at core. Nope, I'm not trying to go to the stupid star. Shut up. What? Ugh, I like missed the slipstream and like it's like when you throw a paper airplane and immediately just nosedives. Oh well, whatever. I don't actually want to go to Hypersil because there's no... no, Sethlin's there. I know what you are. Very redacted. Ooh. Derelict ships. This is not the first time I've seen a derelict ship in Zulfiel. I don't think that there'd be, like, a lot of reason to go there, because it's probably, like, just one ship, not a fleet. I'm not gonna worry about that. All right, party. Its name is Party Bus. I almost don't want to rename that. I'd feel bad renaming that thing. We will need to drop Party Bus off at our home world, but I guess I should raffle off Party Bus too. And now I have like Venga Bus stuck in my head. The Venga Boys. If we want to drop them off, was there anything? Bounties. 86 days. Yeah, we could do this. There's 2 of them. Yeah. So heading to the Khufu system after this would be great, because there's like 2 reasons to be there. Both big ticket item bounties. I like it. I like it. So let's go to Zagan and jump home. Maybe we keep the party bus for the bounties. I just need to refit them then. If you win, you can keep the name Party Bus if you want, sure. I ain't gonna force you to have it named after you. Be named after whatever. Oh, monthly income, 100K. Yes. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Money, 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 money. So we're 12 days away from getting mining, which also should obviously add to our economy. And I'm eager about that. And then once we have mining up, it's maybe reasonable to consider an orbital station build at that point. Oh god, we're so low on fuel too. Well, there goes the 100K we just spent. All right, auto fit for assault. You put on harpoon MRMs. Still like not a terrible build. Got no experience for the S mods. You're the Rex party bus for now, and I think I'll keep you in the standard. Let's also restore the monitor for 43K so that it does not require a S mods or UND mods. Pretty reasonable, I think. Can I explain what an orbital habitat is? It's basically a colony without resources. So it's like colonizing a new world, but without the ability to take advantage of like mining or farming, or volatiles or whatever. There's no. It's a colony without any natural resources, essentially. It's an orbital habitat. And that might be the next thing we're saving up for, so that we can move our high command to the orbital habitat and have the ability to do more at Darid. We could also hypothetically do refining at the orbital habitat, knowing that Darid is producing the resources, but like, it doesn't make sense to have the things have to, yeah, that makes less sense. Okay, party bus. Let's get you in the mix. And let's put Sun Tzu in you. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Homeworld, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rodamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow stateless.